Hello and welcome. Today I'm testing a bunch of products I ordered from Niche Beauty, which is a German online store with quite a good amount of variety with luxury brands and affordable brands and skincare, makeup and stuff. So I'm really excited to now try. All of this is new. It's almost a full face, not quite. What I'm going to try today, first one is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Primer. I don't have much knowledge about this. One thing, none of these products are exactly new. They are new to me only. Especially this one. This is the ByTerry Light Expert Click Brush Foundation, and this is definitely not a new. It's been around for years. I just been curious for years to try this, and now finally I did. Then there is a couple of products from Rodial. There is the Peach Lowlighter and the Caramel Smoke eyeshadow palettes. Both are older ones, I think. Then there is actually three different products from Manasi 7. I think this is how it's pronounced. It's a Swedish brand. These are all cream products. So there is a bronzer, a highlighter and a blush. Very excited to try these. And then last but not least, one more Kevyn Aucoin. This is a lipstick. I think this is actually quite new one. Unforgettable lipstick. Cream, so interested to try. But without further ado, let's get started. I think it's going to be a lengthy video anyway, so not to waste any more time. I always use MAC Prep and Prime Skin Refined Zone Treatment to my nose. I will do it today as well. Because I know how foundations and stuff behave with this one, and the nose is a little bit. But otherwise I'll be using the Kevyn Aucoin primer. This is a lightweight hydrating primer with antioxidants and hyaluronic acid. Plumps, protects and primes the skin. So first nose. I usually take just a little bit. Put it both sides and then what's rest on top and below my nose. This is just to help foundation to stick and last a little bit longer, and the difference is a huge one. So, and then I wipe the rest. The smile lines that usually lose the foundation a little bit. Now this one, squeezy tube, no seal. The product comes out white gel-like, a bit runny, but feels very kind of thick still, even though it's not thick as such. And I won't put this to my nose because I know how the best situation is with the MAC only. Interesting. This feels like kind of silicone, but not, kind of lotiony, but not, kind of thick, but not very. I expected it to be more kind of glowing, glass-like, but it's not that either. It definitely smooths. Is there silicones in this? Yeah, there is all sorts of, so hence there is silicone, so hence the smooth, but I really like actually the smoothness. I think this is good one for some of the foundations that show the pores a bit too much to my liking, so okay, I like this feeling, interesting. I took the shade 2, which is apricot light, and I'm a bit nervous. My skin is definitely not an apricot, but the shade selection was a bit tricky to purchase online, so I think this might still be the closest one. And this is the thing. I know this is not for everybody. There is a brush and you actually apparently click from the bottom and the foundation comes through the brush, and then you should be able to make it like that. So, oh, there is things happening. Oh, 4 or 5 clicks or presses and there is already things happening. So, oh yeah, but this is definitely apricot. But seems to be working alright. Let's see. Illuminating Flawless Foundation Brush, and I do remember they especially mentioned that this is lightweight, light coverage, and great for touch-ups. And this is one thing why I wanted to test this, because I sometimes have long days and I would like to touch up my foundation a little bit during the day. I'm not so sure if this is very hygienic way to do it, but it's worth to give a try. There isn't, at least not very heavily, that usual rose scent that ByTerry products have, which is actually a good thing. I don't mind rose scent, but it's not my favorite either. The application is really fast, the brush is really great because I can't see any strikes. It really spread the foundation really prettily. And even though apricot is not the color of my skin, this shade actually works really well and it balances the red areas and my hyperpigmentation surprisingly well. It's not a building type of product, it's okay, doesn't have to be. Then this is, I'm very curious, this is the Rodial Peach Lowlighter Lit from Within Complexion Enhancer. This is strange. It's kind of marketed as a highlighter but also as a concealer, and I'm not sure what it is. The reviews I've seen, they've been using it as a concealer, so that's what I'm going to do if I can get this open. Okay. Kind of normal tofu application. The shade is definitely peachy, as you kind of might expect from the name. Let's start with this and see where it will take us. Brush I have is from Luxie. This is 233 large fluff, which I love to use for under eye concealer, especially when I'm not expecting full coverage, but more like a glowy look. I've only seen a couple of reviews, and what I've learned is that this is kind of very light coverage but light reflecting, which is exactly the type of product I'm looking for at this moment. And this is the kind of everyday look I love. It applies really well, very easy to blend. Definitely light coverage, but there is the luminosity I was looking for. It's not glowy as such, it's not glittery, it's not metallic, it's just light reflecting and works with the foundation incredibly well. It might be even hard to say that I have any makeup on. You might just be fooled to think that I have really good skin. I'm very happy with this combination. I definitely will test this more. Let's see what it does to. There's a little bit of redness next to my nose, so is this able to balance that as well? Yeah, there is a little bit of balancing. The apricot shade is actually really good to cover redness as well, even though some might think that you need green one, but yellow and apricot does the work as well as green, sometimes even better, so no issues with that. Works really well with the foundation. Let's go first with the bronzer. This is, as said, Manasi 7. This is the Beauty Evolution Bronze Lighter in shade Roseate. They all come in this white package, and there is the name of the product in the bottom. And this is a bit difficult to see. It's quite a red paste. Let's see. I have the RMS Beauty Purity Bronzer, and now this one. Definitely Manasi is more red, and there is a bit more brown and golden in the RSM. Let me do some swatches for you to see as well the differences of these. Oh, here we are. Left one here is the Manasi bronze lighter in shade Roseate, and it is actually more peachier now in this swatch and light. And then there is the right one is RMS Purity Bronzer. So you can see, I'm a bit nervous now if the Manasi is too warm, but let's see, it might turn out to be just fine. I already have one complaint. The Manasi is quite deep in the pot, so as I have long nails, there's no way I can just take it with my fingers. It's not working. So either I would need to kind of put my, so either I would need to just dip in the brush, or then I need to use a spatula to scoop it out. So a little bit more effort. Let's see if the first one works. Okay, it's luckily wide enough to pick the product, and it picks quite easily actually. Really nice. Let's see. Would you mind? Okay, no, she wouldn't. Okay, then. Okay, now. Let's see what happens. Mirror. This way first. Okay. I like that there is a bit more kick. The Pure Purity Bronzer is something that you need to build up a bit more. It's kind of more stiff to pick up, or you need to warm it up with your fingers more. This I didn't warm up with my fingers, but it picked up the shade really nicely. And I really like the shade. It's like very natural warmth on my skin. Definitely not too yellow at all. And extremely easy to apply. Like, I didn't need to do any effort, just pick it up and slap it on. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this a lot. It's definitely not a contour. It's too warm to be a contour, but I can see that meanwhile people are starting to get tanned soon-ish, in a couple of months, and I don't. I can still join the club and use this, and people think that I've been out and having a little bit of a tan, which I don't because I use sunscreen. There is that little bit of sheen, but it's definitely not a shiny. It's just glow within, really beautifully kind of repeating the glow that the foundation has. Then I have a blush, same package. I took the shade Densuke, and it is a bright orange. It's not a deep orange, it's a light bright orange. This is the kind of word I've been very much into lately. Well, for a year now. Smashbox blush, cream cheek brush, which I use with my cream blushes and cream highlighters. I have two of these, one for the blushes and one for the highlights. It's just perfect size to fit this kind of pots and to provide the kind of detailed application. The first impression is that this is not too pigmented. For light skin, I hate it when there is like the Saie liquid blushes. They are so pigmented that first of all I waste product every time because it's not possible to take. It's a pump and it doesn't take enough, and then it's just the tiniest piece of product that I need to use, and that is too much already. So I don't like it. This is really pretty. It's exactly as sheer as I like to be, and I can obviously keep building this up to very pigmented. The shade is really beautiful. It is orange and it is bright, but it's not in your face kind of color that light skin wouldn't be able to use. This is really beautiful, very summery, very pretty. There's a little bit more sheen in the blush than it was in the bronzer, so already this blush brings me this kind of glow to my cheeks. But I do have a highlighter still, so very beautiful. Then the third Manasi product, this is the highlighter, well, strobe lighter as they call this. This is Delirio. I think this is one of the newer shades. This I already messed up a little bit when I tried to take a swatch and my nail stick in and it was a mess. When I took a little bit as a swatch, it looked quite dark, and it does look quite dark in the pan. I'm a bit worried, is this too dark for me? But let's see. Well, it is darker than I would wish, but it's a shade that I can use as it is, as a blush and highlighter. Okay, and she is back. It does bring a little bit of depth in the blush, but this works really prettily as the RMS Peach Luminizer, for example, which I use almost daily as a combination of a blush and a highlighter. This is definitely one of my favorite cream formulas immediately. I really like this formula. Alright, I prepped my eyes with the Uoma concealer and then a little bit of powder on top. This is my normal eyeshadow base, and I changed the camera settings to show you the eyes because it's now time to check the Rodial Caramel Smoke eyeshadow palette. Let's see, the cat doesn't seem to be leaving us alone. Alright, well, the cat will be there and I'm here, and then we will just try to figure this out. This is the first, by the way, for ever me testing Rodial. So this is also first eyeshadow, and the package is gorgeous. It's very sturdy, even though it's light, and this kind of fake leather thing is really beautiful. And one thing with my trembling hands I appreciate a lot, there's a little bit of this kind of curve here, so it's easy for me to hold and very easy to open. And the shade selection is really basic as just any way possible, which is perfect for everyday life. I'll start with the second lightest shade. There is no names, is there in the back? No, it's just apparently shade 5. Refer 16. It picks product really easily, and this seems to be quite pigmented. Yes, it is. There is pigment. Yes. I'm doing just basically my everyday eyeshadow look now. I want to see how these work as an effortless everyday look. So I always start creating the crease that usually goes hidden with my hooded eyes. So I take the color and just blend it to give the shadow, just ease a little bit the heaviness on my eyelids. I'll take now the deeper red shade. Apparently this is the number 3, and then what I do is that I deepen the same place just a little bit more downwards, and this is pigmented. I didn't expect this. I'm in a bit of a trouble. I don't usually set this much eyeshadow on my crease immediately. I'm the type of person who wants to build up slowly. Okay, these are very pigmented, but in a nice way that I'm still able to blend very easily. These don't get stuck to one place and then they wouldn't be blending. Or some shadows, there is a lot of pigment, but the pigment just fades away when you start blending, and this works beautifully. This is not like a creamy shade, it feels like a dry shade, but it behaves like a creamy shade. Then the deeper brown shade. Now I try to be careful with my eyes and the shade, because yes, this is pigmented as well. And now I just deepen up the lash line and just a little bit above the corner. And this is handy with the reference brush, because it's so pointed I can do even this detailed thing. These were all matte shades so far, but then there is this one which does have a little bit of a shimmer or satin. No, shimmer, yes. So let's take that to the eyelids and see what happens. It's pretty much the shade of the 4th, well, depending which way you are counting. The mid deeper shade, really pretty and easy to apply, and there is no fallout, at least so far, so very user-friendly shades, all of these. I don't take it through to the corner of my eyes, I will use the lighter shade there. I take now Refer 13, this is this kind of a bit more rounded, a bit more dense brush, and use the lightest shade to the inner corner of my eye. Is this even? Yeah, this is a matte shade, but still let's use it to give a little bit light here. Well, didn't give too much light, but it's okay. I take now MAC 221S and take this lightest, second lightest shade and line a little bit my under eye. I think I need to check out what other palettes Rodial provides, because I really like this formula. I'll put on a little bit of liner and mascara on my brows and then back, because we have still one more product, which is the lipstick. Right, the products I used are in the description box, so you can check those. The last product we have is the Kevyn aucoin lipstick. What's the name of the lipstick? Unforgettable lipstick. The shade is Thelmadora, and this is the cream finish. Apparently, if I remember right, there is at least a couple of finishes, and there's the cream and maybe it's shiny or matte, something like that. But let's start. I like these kind of sleek lipsticks for some reason. I think these are just easier and nicer to use than the traditional ones. Maybe it's kind of more detailed. I do have lip balm on my lips. It's pretty much absorbed, so we are ready to go. I'm not using any liner. I like to see if I can use this as it is. Well, it is easy to use. I have difficulties to find good nude lipsticks, and I'm not sure about this one. It's okay. I'm talking about shade. It's okay. I maybe would have wanted it to be a bit more warmer for this look, but it is kind of my lips, but better. One thing I want to do, because the foundation is so sheer and I tend to have redness next to my lips, I will use just a little bit of concealer to sharpen the redness area so the lipstick can do a little bit more. So just a sec. Alright, the effect is not magic, but it pleases my eyes, so I'm fine. But here we are. This is the final outcome. I think this was rather successful try-on primer. It's a primer. I will see after using multiple foundations and conditions how it works, but at least so far. I usually don't like very silicone primers, but this one I might actually even like. So the foundation and the concealer, Manasi products, all the eyeshadow palettes, all a lot of thumbs ups. I really love all of those products. The foundation looks really nice. It has set. I didn't use any powders, and the foundation has set. There is no tackiness. It feels moist but not tacky. Of course, my cheeks are a bit glowier, a bit more tackier because I used cream product. And the lipstick, it's very nice on lips. There is a little bit of a sheen, which gives the plumpness and the fullness to the lips that I actually really like. The shade is a bit more grey based than I hoped, but it does match my hair color really nicely, so it's not just eyes don't really match with the lips, but there is different colors. I might purchase another shade if I want, but at least so far I like the formula. It feels nice. It doesn't feel too slippery or too thick or too thin, so worked really well. But that's it. I hope this was informative and you found some new info of the products or tips of the applications. If you did, you can leave a thumbs up. It will help my channel with the algorithms of the world, and also subscribe if you want to see my content in the future as well. But now, have a great day and see you next time. Bye bye.